Well, hey there, everybody! Welcome to the Film Pigs on GeekNation. We're here, first off, to remind you to tune in 2052 for our 40th anniversary special. It's gonna just cover all the years, all the cast changes.
It's gonna be 3.5 hours long.
All of our
It's gonna be
classic
an endless,
sketches.
boring parade of celebrities.
So watch for that in 40 years. I'm your host, Steve Skelton. I am here with fellow film pig Stephen Falk.
Hi.
And Todd Robert Anderson. And we have a couple of special guests this episode. Brothers, Brian and Andy Kamenetzky. Yes. Now, you may know these guys from their sports blog, landoflakers.com. You've heard them on the radio, on ESPN, seen them on TV a little bit. They're sports guys. They cover the sports. Welcome.
Thanks. Thank you. Welcome, sports guys. Thanks.
So let's toast that with a little popcorn, shall we?
Sports popcorn.
Sports corn. So good.
I can taste the sports.
Let's jump right into things with some rash judgments. Now, rash judgments are where we take a look at the movies that are coming out this weekend or in the next couple of weeks and let you, the hard-working viewer, know whether you should or should not go see them based entirely on our own dickish opinions. We haven't seen these movies. We, aren't invited to any press screenings. We don't really know anything about them. Maybe we watched a trailer.
Maybe.
But still live by our opinions. Stephen Falk.
Do you like dark Hollywood intrigue? Mm-hmm. Do you like John Cusack? Do you like David Cronenberg? Well then, you're gonna love Maps to the Stars. That's right. This is a tale of from the mind of the writer Bruce Wagner, who writes these really gothic tales of modern Hollywood, and David Cronenberg, the director. It stars John Cusack, Julianne Moore as a fading actress who still has a lot of gumption and
gumption.
She has gumption and ambition.
Moxie.
And Mia Wasikowska.
You got it.
She plays a newcomer into the lives of John Cusack and Julianne Moore. And there's Robert Pattinson from the Twilight movies. He plays a handsome guy in a tux. And a lot of stuff happens. There's like Julianne Moore doesn't get a role, then she does get a role, and John Cusack is a mystical masseuse, and Mia Wasikowska is like,
I need a mystical masseuse.
Like Julianne Moore's assistant or something, but there's something weird, something dark with her, and it looks weird and Cronenbergian and kind of fucked up. I like Bruce Wagner's books. I like David Cronenberg's movies. I like John Cusack's movies. From 2008 back, sorta, and then way back, then for a long time. So I'm gonna see it for sure. I don't know if it'll be any good, but it certainly looks interesting.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Steve.
Well said. That was a good range.
Todd, do you have a rash judgment for us?
Yeah, my rash judgment is for a film called Everly, which is rated R for strong violence, sexual situations.
Excellent.
I love sexual situations.
Nudity.
The trifecta.
Yeah. Torture.
And
strong language.
I like that.
I don't care for that.
I fucking love it.
It's not 50 Shades of Grey.
It's not 50 Shades of Grey. This movie is directed by a guy named Joe Lynch, who has a podcast here at GeekNation.
Movie Crypt.
It's called Movie Crypt. They talk a lot about how they don't like piracy and stuff. A little whiny. That's okay.
Shots fired.
This movie it's got
some
Selma
shade,
Hayek
man.
in an apartment in her underwear.
Yes, please.
Shooting the fuck out of everybody who comes through the door.
Yes.
This is my kind of movie, so I'm gonna go see it.
Despite the whiny nature of his bitch-ass podcast.
Yeah,
I've never heard it.
I won't, Joe. I swear I won't pirate this. I swear I won't BitTorrent this thing.
You don't
I
even
will
know
make
how
no
to do
such
that.
I don't know how. I just pay for stuff because I'm dumb. But I'll see it. It's got lots of violence and Selma Hayek in her underwear. It seems like a green light.
And probably
for me.
titties.
And probably titties.
That's the tagline, right?
I assume that's the nudity. I assume it won't feature Harvey Keitel doing a full frontal run through.
Wow, that would be a real bait and switch.
The and in the credits is titties.
Titties, yeah.
And
So yeah, I'm gonna see this
as
shit.
themselves.
All right, well, thank you, Todd. Brian, do you have a rash judgment for us?
I do. My film is Focus. It takes a badly needed, brave, and dare I say, powerful look at the undertold stories of interracial grifting.
Rated R for interracial grifting.
It stars Margot Robbie and Will Smith as a white woman who grifts with a black man, and they develop a relationship, and eventually later in the film, she brings him home to her father and mother, played by Carl Reiner and Angelica Houston. And so and they have dinner, and it's awkward, and the liberal parents of Margot Robbie have to... What?
Carl Reiner?
Are you sure this isn't Guess Who's Coming to Dinner?
I was just thinking that.
Do you mean Rob Reiner? Do you say Carl
No,
Reiner?
Carl Reiner.
He's really old.
That's the idea.
Carl Reiner's like 90. Are you sure it's Carl Reiner?
I don't even know if Angelica Houston is alive. So
Carl Reiner is like 90.
that's the point.
But he shows up
he
in, like,
played a
Ocean's
grifter in a movie.
Oh, that's right.
He was a grifter in a movie, and so was Angelica Houston.
Grifters.
No.
The Grifters. She played a grifter
With John Cusack taking this full circle.
But Carl Reiner was a grifter in the
Ocean's movie.
Right.
So they've brought two grifting franchises.
No, I just made that part up because it would have made for a better movie than the one that they're apparently putting
Carl
out.
Reiner's old ass sperm made Margot Robbie.
Only in the movies.
You're hopelessly
they're
behind.
grifters.
Yes, they're all a family of grifters, and they're white, and they brought the black guy home,
But
and
they're
it's
not
awkward
family.
because they think they're liberal, but they're not. But it's Guess Who's Coming to Dinner because the real movie isn't very good. It mostly seems like a reminder that Will Smith hasn't made a good movie in about 13 years. And so
Somebody didn't see After Earth.
Or I Am Legend.
What's the name
I
of
did
this
like. I
this
liked I
movie
Am
is
Legend.
Focus.
It's called Focus.
Focus.
Maybe we should.
And so, yeah, and there's a brief nudity, but I don't think there's enough of it to make the whole Margot Robbie thing work. And so
She was super naked in
I would just go rent Wolf of Wall Street
Wolf
instead.
of Wall Street.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I'm
whoops.
skipping Focus.
She is so
All right.
pretty,
Well,
guys.
thank you, Brian, for that. Andy,
I'm still so confused.
do you have a rash judgment for us?
I do, in fact, have a rash judgment
Fantastic.
for us. Everybody knows whenever you experiment with science, it goes horribly, horribly wrong. And we are reminded of this in a movie called The Lazarus Effect, which stars Mark Duplass, I believe, one of the Duplasses, I think it's Mark, and Olivia Wilde, and they play scientists.
He does not like the casting choice.
Scientists who are looking to bring people back from the dead by using a serum called the Lazarus serum, hence the Lazarus effect. Upon taking said Lazarus serum, they first experiment with this serum on a dog that's dead. The dog comes back, but the dog is really vicious and mean and bitey. So
I didn't see that coming.
Right. Well, it feels in the beginning.
Pet Cemetery.
Well, it kind of feels in the beginning like
is better.
Flatliners meets Cujo. But then they experiment on this with Olivia Wilde, who also comes back angry and aggressive and whatever. So at that point, it's like Flatliners meets...
She's still mad about cowboys and aliens.
It's like Flatliners meets a movie about an angry woman.
But does
like
she come
Kill
back
Bill or
horny?
something.
Is she horny?
That's what I'm hoping, because honestly, I mean, this isn't my
like
kind of
horny women.
movie. I'm not really into this.
Sure, it's anybody's kind of
But
movie.
I'm hoping maybe she
Todd's.
comes back as like an angry woman who does sex scenes. Because that maybe there's some promise with that.
Yeah, no.
I will say this: if this is your type of genre, probably could be kind of fun. I'm not into these kind of movies. It looks kind of stupid. I'm hoping though that the big takeaway is they explain how Mark Duplass even had time to do this, because he's in everything these days. He's got like 50 projects going at once. That's going to be the big like M. Night Shyamalan reveal, is how Mark Duplass scheduled his time in this movie.
The reveal is Mark Duplass hates his wife.
Ouch.
I don't know. He's got a great intern.
That sounds all right. I might double feature it with Everly.
Yeah, there you
But
go.
remember that piracy is not a victimless crime.
Especially with the Lazarus Effect.
Because they'll come back angry.
And horny.
I would have stopped.
Angry pirates.
I would have spent more time in the drawing board after the dog went wrong.
Yeah, probably so.
Right.
All right, well, thank you guys for those rash judgments.
Rash.
Well done. Now, we got something special for everybody here.
Ooh.
Totally special because the Kamenetskys, they're in the sports world. They cover the sports world. They know things all sports. I've got a trailer for an upcoming sports movie.
Hot diggity.
Wow!
Yeah.
Thanks,
Brand
Steve.
new. No one's seen it before, so we're gonna screen it here first, so you guys will know what the next big, great sports movie is coming out. Are we ready?
Yeah.
What do you guys think we should do? Should we? You gotta.
Oh, sorry.
You gotta
there
check
it
it
is.
like that.
Landscape.
And
Well, you can read it.
Okay, it says.
Roll it!
So you made it to the finals. Pretty big deal. There's a lot of people who thought you'd never make it this far.
heck, there were times I didn't think you'd get this far.
In the beginning, you weren't even a team. Just a bunch of unsophisticated kids who wouldn't get along. But you changed.
It took something terrible to make it happen, but you changed. Oh, yes. You started seeing each other not as individuals, but as part of a greater whole. A team.
That's when I knew we were something special. That's when I knew we had a chance.
This game is simple. It is a series of choices, each one building on the last.
But if you don't make those choices together, as a team, the foundation will be weak and the building will collapse.
We've got our detractors, the folks back home who don't believe in us, who don't believe in our chances.
But let me tell you something. They don't know your spirit. They don't know your heart. They don't know how proud I am of each and every one of you.
Out there's another team that would like nothing more than to prove the naysayers right and send us home. And do you know what I have to say to that?
Nothing. That's right. Nothing. I have got nothing to say because I don't need to say anything.
This is your time.
It's time for you to say something, to say it out there, to say it out loud, because this game is how you will be remembered.
Now get out there and show them who you are.
Quick question. Where's the team?
Are we in the wrong locker room?
No, this is our room, but were they on a different bus?
We only have one bus. Did we never assemble an actual team?
Thought we did.
If we didn't, how'd we make it all the way to the finals?
You know, I remember giving a lot of speeches. I don't actually remember playing any games.
Honestly, I'm not even sure what sport we're playing.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that
was-
was inspiring.
That was deeply inspirational.
I wanted to stand up and applaud.
I was ready to play whatever sport it was.
Whatever. Yeah.
I'd run through a wall for those guys.
Yeah. That was great.
Well, that was fantastic. I mean, God, we covered so much in this episode,
We
you
do.
guys.
It's like we do every week. We cover everything.
But yet, I still feel like we should go over it again.
Yeah, let's recap it.
Yeah, because we started the show,
Yeah.
and we introduced everybody. We had the popcorn.
Yeah, we did that.
We had rash judgments.
Yeah.
We had very strong opinions about movies and internet piracy.
Don't
Then-
do it.
Don't do it.
Nope.
And then we saw
Piracy in general.
an amazing trailer
Yeah.
for a fantastic, uplifting, inspirational sports movie.
Looks great.
And
I can't wait to see it.
now we've come back here, and I mean, that just about covers it, don't you guys think?
I feel like it covers everything. Yeah.
I don't know what else we could do.
No, I think we nailed it.
So I just like to say thank you for watching. Thank you to Stephen Falk.
So blessed.
Thank you to Todd Robert Anderson.
Hashtag blessed.
And big thanks to our guests, Brian and Andy Kamenetzky.
Brian and Andy.
You can,
Brian and
you
Andy.
can, sports guys. You can check them out at landoflakers.com. It's .com, right?
Yeah, our podcast can be found on iTunes, Kamenetzky Brothers, Land of Lakers podcast. We can be heard on ESPN LA 710, on KPCC.
Tell us some of the names of the celebrities you've interviewed.
Yes.
I did a really weird interview with Tom Sizemore once. That was strange.
Oh, nice.
That was weird.
And you guys did Breaking Bad guy. You talked to that
Bryan
guy.
Cranston.
Gary
Twice.
Oldman.
We
Gary Oldman.
just recently interviewed J.K. Simmons, who's going to win for Whiplash.
Oh boy.
J.K. Simmons.
So check out AtlantaLakers.com and their podcast. And until next time, the concession stand is closed due to health code violations.
Hey, can you guys get J.K. Simmons to be on our show?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Fantastic.
On the strength of those two
I can
podcast
do that.
appearances. Yes.
And I will.
Make it happen.
I like him. He's fun.
Love you.